All right, welcome back, everybody. Our candidates are ready. Please take your seats.
Alberta Families Aid Tax. That means more investment and jobs we will lose from Alberta. Wildrose has pushed to reduce emission with a natural gas strategy that complements intermittent renewables, reduces transmission costs, and burns 50% less carbon than coal. Phasing out coal is expensive, both in terms of standard assets and more capital going into gas and renewable gas. We will stand by this. Alberta is the leader in this by providing the oil, sending to the markets, and we will make sure Alberta's energy sector is the best in the world when it comes to innovation, accountability, stewardship, and fairness to the investors.
Thank you for that question. We have to realize that much of this climate change focus, I would say, has been a result of Marxist redistribution economics. Now, the Marxist professors moved from poli-sci to environmental sciences, and that's all that's happened. Now, if you want to prevent environmental disasters, stop offending the living God with our ethical decay. This book is the basis for Alberta ethics. It is the basis for the common law of Canada, built around the 10 Commandments, and I brought it up here for a purpose. Everybody has a holy book here. Even the secularists have your secular humanist declaration number 2, and I want to remind you that this earth is not going to last forever. God put the oil in the ground to help us now.
This question stresses me out quite a bit, being green. Of course, I agree with climate change. And of course, we are, I believe, moving in the right direction. And let me tell you why before you start booing here. If we don't start the change now, we are not going to send a signal towards the rest of our economy to start innovating in technology that is quite needed. It is already happening worldwide. We are not going to be competitive at all if we don't keep up. Right now, we are lagging. As I said before, we can employ the same people that are working in the oil patch now into the renewable energy sector. Now, in terms of the carbon tax, there's different ways we can do this. I believe that there's a better way that we can do what she is doing now. And what the NP are doing, and it, like I said, it sends a signal to innovate, to think differently, and to actually create a level playing field in the energy sector. Now, putting all our eggs in the bitumen basket, I know you've heard this many a times, if we do that, we're going to create more buzz.
Well, it's very appropriate. We're rotating these questions. By the way, congratulations on the engagement and animation. This is alive and well. Question number 3. Do you support the Alberta government's decision to hire a former negotiator, Kevin Davichuk, from the Alberta Union of Provincial Employees to lead its negotiation with AUPE? Would you like me to repeat it?
Yeah.
Do you support the Alberta government's decision to hire a former negotiator for AUPE to lead its negotiations with AUPE?
Well, that's a decision that the Premier Notley took. And of course I have to stand by it.
It's very sad that she took that decision. Come on, seriously? No, we don't need that kind of behavior in government. Like that's, in my humble opinion, it's a very unethical decision. And the Albertans agree on that. Thank you.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. This is what it is. The negotiator, the person who was negotiating for the union with the government, now the government hired him to negotiate more public salary wages with the same union. I will never support it. I will be the one who will go there and tell NDC, this is totally unethical. We cannot avoid the answers and tell that this is pre-bid season. It is unethical and I will stand by that. Thank you.
It's very sad that it's descended to this level so quickly to put a negotiator in that is totally on the side and was trusted by the executive. Just Monday, his name was on the website still of the union. So, and all of a sudden it changed of heart, and a great public defender comes forth and defends the people of Alberta. It's amazing, amazing transformation. I tell you, you know, what else are we going to expect next? Amazing character and motivational transformation. This story should be shared in universities all around the world. Thank you very much.
I'll be quite honest, this is not really a topic that I'm very thoroughly informed about. However, I do feel that with any situation that involves a public figure like that, we do need more thorough public consultation to get the people involved to see how they truly feel about the situation as well first.
Okay, I have three things to say to this. Conflict, conflict, conflict. This is ridiculous. Come on. I think even Luke knows herself that this is a pure conflict. We cannot have our government doing things like this. This is ridiculous. Come on, people. One level here. Okay, our government. Let's talk about our current government. Mistake after mistake after mistake after mistake. This has to stop, and it needs to stop right now. No more mistakes. Let's move on.
To continue with questions, I'm going to call upon the coordinator from our question panel. He is a speaker, he is an author, just brought a book on trust. He is my twin. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, there is a Bruce Lee. Bruce, you have the floor. For Bruce.
Hey. Thank you very much. Good looking audience. We had 59 questions turned in, which is a record, I think, for our forum, so congratulations for that. In fact, everybody take your right hand, put it towards somebody's side, you shake your hand and say congratulations for being out and making a difference in this forum. Your right hand shakes my hand. What we found was, as is typical, as explained to some of you, is that there's going to be a lot of duplication, a lot of similarities. So a lot of you are going to be disappointed your particular question wasn't asked. However, what we did do is we looked at all of them, combined them where we could, so where appropriate. The problem is, as always in a forum, there are some unbiased questions toward particular candidates, which gives them either an unfair advantage or is an inappropriate attack. So we try to make it fair that all of you could answer. We hope. So with that, the next question is, it's about constituency and voter accountability, and it's to say, please identify one specific constituency issue you are committed to accomplishing if you are elected that you're willing to be held accountable for, or, if you want to look at it another way, your first item on your agenda, how will you accomplish it? What are you going to do for us?
While doing door knocking, the number one issue right now in people's mind is protect the economy. So, me as a representative, I will be strong voice in the legislature, push the government to don't start things like carbon tax. Instead of doing those things, the government needs to invest in the economy, diversification of the economy. And so we can, as I said, I was giving an example of, the horse and the cart. So we need to have a healthy healthy, strong horse, so we can pull the cart with our social program. So that would be my agenda. Thank you.
Well, going through the doors to doors, I heard people saying very loud and clear, the issues are jobs and economy. Both go side by side. What will I do? I want to make sure to tell the residents of Calgary Greenway, I'll be your voice, I'll be on your side to protect the jobs, people who have jobs, people who have lost jobs. My promise to them, I will make sure you guys will get your jobs back. In the future, we need to work for the economy. Economy, we need to give the protection to the small businesses. Most of us live in Calgary Greenway, they belong to small businesses. They tell us that we need to be protected. We don't want this scary tactics from the NDP government to tell us that they will raise the taxes. In the coming budget, they might increase more. We need to stop that. We need to create a friendly business environment so they can tell their employees jobs are safe. This is my assurance to them. We will work for the jobs and economy.
Yes, thank you for the question. And I really think we need to reform our voting system. There are a lot of people dropping out of vote because of the first past the post system. We need a system of proportional representation so that every sector of the voting constituency is represented, that they don't feel that their voice has been expunged and annihilated just because of a race for the first past the post. So I'd also say that we need to respect human life. And I'm calling for the protection of unborn babies from abortion, for the cutting of funding for abortion, whether it be for whatever reason, for sex selection or anything else. We need to respect human life. We need to stop honor killings. We need to realize that our relationship with God means that we're made in His image and likeness, that we're eternal in nature, and we need to respect that. Thank you.
I'm going to take a little different angle in this because I truly feel that jobs and economy is actually a Canada-wide thing at the moment, and people at the door, if you dig deep down, there's a little more concern for something more specific. And that, to me, has been what I've been hearing as safety and crime prevention. Now, I do first want to applaud Khalil for being one of the co-founders for the Genesis Center. I think that's great. Can you get 5 seconds back for that, please? However, on top of that, I think we can go even further. I think what we need to do, which is one of my personal platforms, is actually work with the municipal government, especially Ward 3, 5, and 10, which is right here in Calgary Greenway, and to actually form a community-based safety program and have a community-tailored safety program. Every community is different, and all their needs are going to be different too. So, building off of what Khalil did with the Genesis Center, I think we can expand on that and work with Jim Stevenson, Ray Jones, and Andre Chabot in actually developing this and hosting more town halls frequently to see what the concerns actually are. Thanks.
Okay, we all know that the economy is suffering right now, but if I get elected in, the few things that I want to do, unlike the Wildrose who are promising you that they'll get you your jobs back, they can't make promises like that, number one. Things that are what I've done are proven. I've helped establish the Genesis Center. We've taken thousands of kids off the streets, and now today they're using their positive energy inside the sports facility rather than on the corners of the street. What I want to do is not only build more sports centers for the kids, but I also want to help the seniors and build seniors centers. Thank you.
And I would say that I've been hearing the same things that as my opponents have been hearing. Jobs are important to people. But we are working for jobs and economy, whereas our opponents will work for jobs and economy. We are working by investing venture capital into small businesses that create 2/3 of our